start, I want to give a trigger warning. This goes really in depth about sexual assault. And the last time I performed this, I messed up, so we're going to try not to do that this time. 4 surefire ways to prevent your sexual assault. Real advice from a cisgendered, straight, white man. 1. Carry a gun, a weapon, a taser, pepper spray, etc. 2. Don't walk alone. 3. Beware of your surroundings. 4. If it happens, report them, so he or she gets what they deserve. Responses from a queer trans survivor. 1. Don't raise your kids in a toxic environment. 2. Don't stay silent when a prick gets violent. 3. Challenge anyone who implies victims need to do more about their safety than society needs to do about people who think assault is a normal part of life. 4. Call the survivor a whore in court again. And tell me perpetrators aren't always considered innocent. 5. They looked me in the eyes and said I cried assault to get out of a failing grade in a class. 6. He won't relive someone else inside him every single night for the rest of his life, or see the image of the knife positioned in his hand while he's restrained against a crickety mahogany nightstand. 7. God says I'll still get into heaven, but I don't see how. 8. When my period was late, I didn't have to wonder why. 9. The last time I saw her, my heart sent a reminder of where I could find the blinder strong enough to choke myself with. 10. Tell me again that the men who are the good guys, who would never do any of that, who aren't a wicked drink and a handsome-looking vial, how they'll get a fair trial, how I'll finally find a jury ready to listen while they sit and rot away in prison. 11. He's risen to the occasion of saving himself. An expensive suit versus my trauma means the verdict is fast. 12. I could bring hell in a handbasket. Tell every chapter of my story tragic, write a novel on the hovel that's become this beating heart, find part of the sentence that is justice and well written. 13 was the first time I blacked out in the arms of a leather-jacketed hornet. 14, he saw sweatpants and a tank top as an audition for a show in which clearly he would play the lead, or at the very least, play the one that got to take all of me. 15, they wouldn't let me back into school until the internal destruction was less visible. 16, you're developing pretty quick. You should slip on an undershirt. Do you own a sweater? You know, all this racket could be quieted if you just be more modest. 17, I mean, your shorts were so short, you should have expected this coming. 18, you went to his house. You were quiet as a mouse for an entire year. If you were afraid, why didn't you just leave? This was probably going to be the outcome. What did you think? 19, how much beer did you drink? You reek of Svedka vodka, coconut rumchata, 1 shot of tequila. Even if something was slipped in, you should have had your cup in your sight at all times. You have to be fucking staring at it. Do you understand? You're borderline manic depressive. You probably hallucinated the whole thing. 20, I saw one of them today. She had on bottle cap green sunglasses. Her eyes looked like grasshoppers as they darted back and forth while she walked unbothered with her mother, talking about another typical night of alcoholic fun. 21. Tell me again that I could have prevented them if I'd just carry a permit concealed gun. Tell me again